from a busy port of Hong Kong, where cranes were loading containers on ships, and now from here, these containers were being sent to different places under tight security, and inside one of these containers, a man named Evan Marquez was also present with a pile of money. After some security checks, he came out of the container. Actually, these containers were painfully shipped to Hong Kong with $1.5 million, and after counting the notes, Evan got a 3% commission as a courier. He was going to get about 380 crore rupees. A few years ago, we see Evan arriving in a Ferrari in front of a big hotel, but earlier, he used to do parking work only. After this, Evan reached his home, drenched in rain, where he showed his today's earnings to his mother. His mother was very happy to see the money, but at the same time, she said that he should also spend some time with his father. She misses him a lot. Evan was a young man from a middle-class family who wanted to be successful in his life. There was a time when Evan considered his father his hero, and he can never forget the day when he went with his father to ask for a loan to open a wedding banquet hall. Their business went very well in the beginning, and his family was printing a lot of notes, but then due to the economic crisis in the country, his father's business came to a standstill, and then he resolved that he would never live in poverty. After the recession, Evan's father would often keep complaining in front of the TV, due to which Evan started getting irritated. There is nothing to do but sit in. I just have to abuse the government all day. Meanwhile, I started working for Ivan, but he was always on the lookout for a business opportunity. Unlike his father, he did not believe in sticking to the system. Well, one day, he shared his business plan with his friends, in which he was going to buy a useless flat, make it good, and then sell it. But his friends were not interested in this idea, and also did not have money to invest. On which Evan said that, "So what? We will take a loan from the bank." And his words, well, his friends started laughing at him. But Evan and his friend saw a man named Mr. Larish, who was a minister in the current government, but he was very drunk at that time. Evan offered to drop the man home, to which the man immediately agreed. Evan was eager to open the briefcase of the man, and luckily, he got enough time for this. He was shocked to see a pile of money inside the briefcase and immediately took out some notes. A little while later, when they reached his house, Evan directly met the woman for whom the politician worked. Evan believed that he could do a better job than this drug addict. It did not matter to him whatever their business was. He also told that the politician was stealing from them behind their back. He had withdrawn the money, so his words turned out to be true. Also, Mary liked Evan's confidence, and then she offered Evan 10,000 euros for the delivery, which Evan happily agreed to deliver. The next day, Evan delivered the horse to a man named Francisco, who had bought it for the birth of his daughter, Leticia. On being questioned, Evan told her that this is his first delivery for marriage. During the conversation, it was revealed that Francisco and Evan were from the same city. He came to know about Francisco's story, that how he used to work in a small photocopy shop. Then gradually, he joined hands with some big people and reached here today. Evan had to deliver a briefcase of cash to marry the princess, but this task was not so easy. On the way, Evan was stopped by the police, and within a few moments, the police found the cash filled in the briefcase. To save himself, Evan lied that he was just coming back after selling his house. He gave me this money, but the police caught his lie very easily, and in anger, they hit his head on the car. Seeing himself in trouble, Evan said in full confidence that, "I know your boss. Should I call him? Have I met him?" After which, the policeman let him go. Actually, these policemen worked for Mary, and all this was her planning so that she could test Evan's loyalty. After the delivery, Evan got his money, along with a bonus, so that he could buy some new clothes. Time kept passing, and now Mary and Evan had come close to each other. The next day, Evan met Mary's husband, Francis, who was the son of a big diamond smuggler, and also had a business of foreign currency trafficking. That day, Evan's job was that of a Belgian courier. Evan was very happy with his career. He was earning good money and also drove expensive cars. Francis, also known as Park, used to clean the black money of his very rich clients, and Francis and Mary used to help him in this. He used to give briefcases full of cash to Ivan, which he had to deliver to Belgium. One day, Ivan was talking to Leticia when Paco saw him. Paco was not happy with this, and he told Ivan to stay away from Leticia. A few days later, Ivan met Mary at a restaurant, where he told that the risk in Belgium has increased a lot, That is why they have found a new partner in another city, Geneva. But then both of them saw a strange couple, seeing which Evan started saying that how did this fool manage to get a girl? To which Mary replied that whatever is in his briefcase can do anything. Evan still wanted to do business with Mary because now he wants to learn more about this whole game. After this, they reached a building where they met Mr. Stool, who was also Mary's business partner, who had created a great system for cleaning black money, and he also took only 3% commission for this. After some time, while talking to his mother, Evan saw the same man on TV whose beautiful girlfriend he was. Evan also saw his wife on TV, and he understood that he was having an affair with the girl from the restaurant. Evan calmly waits for him to return so that he can blackmail him by installing cameras in his room. The man's name was Louis, and Evan even paid a cleaner some money to enter his room. But unfortunately, the restaurant's security officer, Yannick, caught him red-handed. But actually, Yannick was just a scoundrel. He only wanted a share of Evan's profits, after which he installed the cameras himself. After this, the video evidence they got was enough to blackmail Louis. Evan was completely convinced that he could have a very good partner, because along with being strong, his mind was also very sharp. After the work was over, both of them spent the night partying. After this, Evan met Mary and told her that his mother had been insisting on meeting him for a long time. Barry immediately said that it doesn't matter, brother, take as many days off as you want, because according to him, family is the most important. Along with this, he also gifted Evan a watch, because he believed that a person's watch and shoes tell everything about him. After this, Evan and Jan went to meet Louis and showed him the footage and told him to either spoil his image by talking to the police or work with them. They wanted to take the money from Spain to Switzerland. They also wanted to open a branch in Louis's city, for which they needed Louis. Initially, Louis was a bit hesitant, but he was forced to agree to all their conditions. After this, they made a deal with Louis that in exchange for deleting the video, he would be able to meet all the main people. Initially, Evan was unaware that a special police unit was monitoring this event, and this is where Head Inspector Roy got to know about Evan for the first time. Soon, with the support and backing of Louis, Evan started meeting big people and started understanding how their business works. Also, Louis made Evan trust those people by calling him his special person. After this, Evan met Mary and told her about his new business. But Mary was worried about only one thing, that Francisco would not be happy with his action. He would not like that two new boys are snatching his clients. Because if Evan and Mary do not clean his black money, then Francisco will do it. But Evan believed that there is enough money for everyone in this business, and at the same time, he promised that he will not take Francisco's clients away. After spending the night together, Evan asks Mary to stay, but Mary says she wants to celebrate Christmas with her family. When Evan came to Madrid to meet his family, he brought a lot of gifts for them, but his parents were not happy at all because they did not know even 1% about his work. They kept asking Evan about his work. Evan casually said that he works in import-export with some big people, but their conversation soon turned into an argument. After fighting with his father, Evan went to meet his old friends, and now they were buying old flats and renovating them and selling them. Overall, he had stolen Evan's business idea, just as Evan had told them to do years ago. Time passed, money kept coming in, and Evan's business kept flourishing. During one such meeting, he met Francisco and Latency. Francis was angry that Evan was stealing his clients, and he also warned Evan about this, but when Evan did not listen, even after that, Evan Cisco sent some of his men to teach Evan and Yanni a lesson. He just wanted to show that they have no right to do business in his area. Instead of running away after this incident, Evan decided to confront Francisco and assured him that he will not disturb Francisco's clients. He also told Francisco that, "Sir, look, I am working in your area. You take 30% of the profit." Hearing this, Francisco became very happy. During this time, Evan earned a lot of money, and due to this, he became very proud. And when Mary told him about his change, when I said something about his behavior, he got angry. He believed that the one who brings the most money should be respected. Mary also told him that her husband had received news about the ongoing investigation on Francisco, and that is why he asked Evan to stay away from all this, but Evan did not listen to his advice and made a plan to expand his business. After some time, Evan's eyes fell on undercover policemen standing outside a party, and he went to them and asked them to take him to their boss. The policeman took him to the police station, where Evan met Inspector Manuel Roy, who was in charge of the inquiry at that time. Evan said that I am fully ready to help the police, and my boss is Francisco, and I give all the money to him. I will give all the information about him, but in return, he demanded complete safety and protection for himself, and he also promised to give 30% of his profit to Francisco so that he can trap him later. But now, he needed a proof that would prove that she did not tell the police about Francisco, and that is why he took Latia to Paris, where for a week he fulfilled every demand of Latia. Karnataka was loving the politician only so that no one suspects him, and he could say that I had gone out with my girlfriend. How would I know? Well, after a few days, when the girls heard about their father going to jail on TV, they immediately got ready to go back to the metro, but they had to go to Paris. Had no idea that Evan was the one responsible for her father's arrest. But when Evan returned to town, Letitia caught him sleeping with strange girls, realizing that Evan had been faking his love for her. After Francis went to jail, Evan told everyone that he would take care of his clients until he was released. But Mary and her husband Francis did not like this, because the police would have information about Francisco's clients and he could get caught while working for them. Evan agreed to their advice and closed his business for now. He spent all his remaining money partying in Madrid. And when the money ran out, Evan returned home. Reaching there, he found out that his father had passed away and his mother was in dire need of help. Even after returning home, he kept thinking about new business ideas. And finally, he came to know about the Chinese Mafia. Evan got information about Yong from Louis. Meng used to send people's black money to China from here, but he used old, worn-out methods and often got caught. After this, Evan went to meet Mary and started talking to her about doing a deal with Yeomin. But the biggest problem was that it had become impossible to take money to Switzerland or withdraw it from there. Moreover, their clients demanded money in cash. Evan had a solution for this. He said that the money stuck in Switzerland should be sent to the Chinese account of Gio, and in return, Gio will give us cash in Spain. Both the parties liked this idea very much, and he immediately agreed to it. Here, Mary and Evan were celebrating their new deal when Francis suddenly arrived at their table. After cheating LAD Asia, Francisco came to know that Evan had informed the police against him, and he got his case dismissed by bribing the judge, and now he wanted to take revenge from Evan at any cost. Along with this, he also came to know that a software engineer working for him had leaked the list of Swiss bank accounts, after which Stoll and Francis ran away with the remaining money. Abhiman and Married immediately understood that they were in big trouble because most of their clients were in that list. Now the police were chasing them, so they tried their best to run away, but suddenly some men of their Chinese client came and caught them, after which both of them were taken to Yao Men, who was also in big trouble because the police was also chasing him. Men thought that Evan had told the police about him, and that is why he wanted to kill both Ivan and Mary. Just as Yao was about to shoot Evan, Evan quickly made a plan, according to which he promised Yao that he would personally deliver his money to the destination. He assured Yao that he would transfer all of Yao's money from Spain to Hong Kong by hiding in a container full of cash. This plan was definitely risky, but it was the only plan in which Iran could survive. Also, if Evan reached Hong Kong, Yo-Yo would not have the fear that he might talk to the police. According to the plan, Evan reached Hong Kong safely and was very happy thinking that he would get 3% money, but suddenly the police came and arrested him, after which he was sent back to the prison. And now he knew that there was only one hope for him, that he should find a good lawyer who could get his sentence reduced, because if he was to be sentenced, then Yo-Yo would not have to face any punishment. Sure, but his lawyer told him that at least 15 years of jail is guaranteed for you. Because of which, Ivan tried to bribe the police inspector, but unfortunately, that policeman was not stable. After this, Ivan came to know that actually Mary had told the police about him to save her life, because of which he was caught in Hong Kong. I could understand that he did this to save his life, and if I were in his place, I would have done the same. Later, Yahooing also got caught by the